everyone, welcome back. My name is Jean and this is Creatively Jean. Okay, if you watched my Dollar Tree haul, I showed you these baking cups for like making cupcakes and stuff. And I told you I was going to kind of figure out how to make like a lid. So I'm going to get one on. A lid for them. If I can get them out here. Okay, get a couple out. Put them aside. They make a really cute little treat container. And you get 50 of them for $3. So these will go a long way. They're all stuck together. They'll be great for senior citizens at nursing homes, great for little table settings, great for kids to hand out to teachers or kids or whatever. They're perfect. But I thought a lid would be kind of nice so that, you can put stuff in there and not even worry about it all spilling. Now they are food safe, so you could put loose candy in there, but I'm going to put just some chocolates I have on hand to show you how much. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the hugs in there, and you can get more in there than that. So you can get quite a bit of stuff in there. So what I did is I came up with a simple little circle. We're going to make, I got 4 different designs to show you, and we're just basically making a circle to put inside, and I have little handles and stuff. And the farther you push it down, the harder. I should just demonstrate it with the candy in, because I'll show you how secure it does make it. So just get it in there straight to begin with. So and of course I'm on camera, so I can't get nothing straight, right? Okay, so I just kind of put it right along the top first, and then I slowly just kind of go around and push it down till you get resistance, and it's kind of hard to go. And it gets a nice, secure, tight fit. And you have to shake it pretty hard. I'm going to shake it. You have to shake it pretty hard to... Okay, now I shake it pretty hard and I couldn't get the lid off, okay? That's what I came up with for you guys, because I thought these would make really, really cute little treat holders for the kids, the seniors, whatever you want to make them for. Okay, so let's get started. So what I did is the circle I found that worked the best was 2 11/16. I know it's a rough number. Or if you're on the Cricut, the cutting machine, it's a 2.7 is what I use. 2.7 circle or a 2 11/16. Now you could take this lid, this container, turn upside down, draw a circle. You still need to make it a little bit smaller because the lid is actually too big. This needs to be smaller than the circumference of the lid, as you can see. So when you put it inside, you want it to go, I'm all thumbs all the time on video. Everything works out fine not on the video. So you want it to sit in there. You don't want it to be the same exact size because you want it a little bit smaller. So you could use flip it over and then just make sure you cut it a little smaller. And then it was a test for me. Like I had to try some different sizes. Some of them were too big. If you make it smaller, it's just going to go down farther. So don't worry about that. And I didn't want to make something that kind of went over the top because I didn't want to cover up the pretty edging on top. Now you could just take some cellophane and wrap it in cellophane, just as easy as that. But I don't really like to give all that cellophane to kids and stuff because you never know what they're going to do with it. I try to make my stuff as safe for kids of all ages, So this is what I came up with. Now, if you don't have any kind of dies, if you have some dies that are close to that size, if you have a die cutting machine or a glass in your cupboard that might work, just get something close. You might have to just keep cutting it to the right size. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. If it's not, it'll still work just fine. So don't worry about it. Okay, the first one we're going to make is simple, okay? So all I did for the first one is just make a circle. Just make a circle, make a circle. And then I'm going to use my hole punch. This is a 3/4 inch hole punch, but the size really doesn't matter. All you're going to do is make a thumb pull, as big as you want a thumb pull. So all I'm going to do is cut about halfway or so, quarter way, halfway, just so I have a thumb pull. And then you have this. Okay, and then we're going to put this, now for this one, I'm just going to put it inside, but before you put it inside, this one's going to be really simple. All you're going to do is write the child's name on it, okay? That's all you're going to do. Okay, so if it's for a school event or whatever, just go ahead and write their name on this one. That's as simple as I can get for you guys. And these, you can whip these all in no time at all, whenever you can find a circle. But like I said, if you have a die cutting machine or dies, so it's either a 2 11/16 inch circle or 2.7 on your Cricut. Okay. There is your first one. Simple, simple, simple. You get it in there a little bit more straighter. And you can give it to them just like that. And like I said, the farther you push it down, the tighter it's going to be in there. And I found that you didn't need to push it. And if you push too hard, see what I did on that side? If I push too hard, it's going to go down. So you just want to put it in there. Just set it in there and then just slowly push around until you get a nice snug fit. So I kind of just circle around it and you get a nice fit. And it stays on, you know, really good. So that's what I found. So there's the first one. Simple, simple. Okay, let's bring it up just a little bit more. Second one is pretty well equally as easy. So we're going to go with, let's see, we'll take the red again. Ooh, they're stuck together. And for this one, I'm just going to poke a hole in the center. Doesn't matter. Get as close to the center. You can measure if you want. You can eyeball it. I am going to use the, I think it's a 1/8 hole. Yep, I'm using the 1/8, the smallest hole setting on my crop-a-doodle, not 2. I like the big one like this because you can go in further with your paper. You have a little thing here so you can go in farther. The handheld one, you can't go that far in your paper. That's why I invested in the big one. And I should have from the start. I bought the regular handheld one. First of all, that after a while with me and my RA is hard to squeeze after a while. But I was limited because you can't go in as far into your paper. So if you want to make some holes farther in for eyelets or whatever, you know, this is the way to go. I had bought my first one. I gifted it to somebody else, and I upgraded myself to this one. So just a little tip: if you're getting started into this one sets eyelets. It sets the eyelets and it punches 2 different size holes. Just a little tip: if you're going to invest in tools, make sure before you invest in it, you know what you want to use it for. I kind of wasted my money on the first one. It took me a few years. I still kept the other one for a few years before I upgraded to this one. But think of that beforehand. Think of all your tools and exactly how you're going to use them and stuff like that. There's a lot of tools you don't need to buy. But if you want something like this, just think about it first, how you're going to use it. The handheld one might be fine. Just a regular hole punch from the office section of your stores are fine. So I'm just going to eyeball the middle. You can measure all that stuff. You can go ahead and just take, like, you know, a little, do I have anything to mark it with? I'll just grab this. And you can just kind of look at your center first. And, you know, there you go. Mark a little center. Well, you know, as close as center. It doesn't have to be perfect. Who does perfect? Not me. You guys know that. Okay, so we're just going to punch a little hole in it. Then I'm going to take this, my string, the red. This is, I've shown this before. I use this quite a bit. It's called a Chinese knotting cord. And it comes in a box with around 30 different colors. I really like this. I use this in my beading work and I use this on a lot of things. So I really like this. I will link it, of course, below. So I'm just going to take off a chunk there. Then I'm going to just kind of eyeball a knot where I think I want it. This is what we're going to use for the pull on this one. Boop. And then, so we'll just kind of see how big I want my pull. I want it bigger than that. And I just let go of my string. So hold on, guys. Goodness sakes. I'm all thumbs today, seriously. Okay, we just got through a snowstorm, let me tell you. We had between 12 and 14 inches, depending what part of town you live in. But, so, it was a lot of fun. Thank the Lord that my neighbor takes care of the plowing because I live on a corner lot. It's a huge corner lot. There's a lot of shoveling. So he takes care of all the snow plowing for me. I do the back section for my dogs, but he takes care of that. So thank the Lord for that. Okay, so then I got this, and we're going to just run that through. I'm going to use a bead threader. Some people call it, whatever. It's bead threader, I call it. And you can get these Amazon, you know, all the other online stores, you can get them really, really cheap. And you can get different sizes. So I'm just going to run that through. And then I'm just going to put that through there. And pull it through if I can get it through. And pull the top part through. Okay. Now, that'll fall back out. So what I do is I just take a little bit of glue and put some glue underneath it, just kind of around the hole, just so it'll be somewhere where it'll grab. And then I usually let it sit like that. I just let it sit, and then you have your little lid. Now how we're going to decorate this one, it's going to probably be wet. I'm not going to decorate the whole thing because we'll be here all night, but I'm just going to show you what I would do, and I have this sample one made already. So I have these little, for this one, I have this little polymer clay sprinkle set for like shaker cards and stuff like that. I use these embellishments on other things. I use them as like embellishments. So what I would do on this one is just take and run dotted glue just in different areas. Just, you don't need a huge dotted glue. And then we will put on some of the hearts. And of course we're going to let this sit. Okay, so then you're just going to pop them on there and let them sit. I'll show you the one that looks like a face. Look at that. Good job, Jean. You want to make them a little smiley face here, and or a little, ooh, there we go. All right, I'll stop playing around. So, anyway, so you do that. Got to have a little fun when you're crafting, right? Okay, let me put these out of our way so they're not showing all over the place. All right, so here's the one that I have done, if I can pop it out of there. So with all the little hearts on, and you can decorate, of course, with anything. You know, you can put stickers on, you can put stamp onto it, you can put leave them all plain, whatever you want. That's what I'm doing, a variety of things. So you can just leave them plain, write their name on, decorate it up a little notch. So we're going to put that one in there. And then you can see from above how that looks. So we have 2 there so far. Perfect, right? Okay, so the next one is, and I have, oops, I need the bead. We got a bead. We're going to use a bead for a handle. Go through your little collection. This is a 14 millimeter, or gumball bead they call them, but it's the 14, not the 16 or the 20. So it's a 14 millimeter. Go through your little collection, see what you have. And what I used to put the bead down, and it worked really, really well. So I'm going to use this. I have a sample because this will take a while to dry. It might dry by the end of this, but I use my Fabri-Tac. It's Fabri-Tac, and then I think the other one's called Fabri-Fusion or something like that. But I use this, and this holds really, really well. It holds onto the cap really, really well too. So just put some in the middle. Just put it in the middle, middle. And then I put the hole down. Now on this one, you can notice the hole a little bit more. If you don't like that, let's see, I'll just use one of these. I think this will work. I don't have anything out here right now. I forgot to bring something out. I think this will work though. If you don't like the hole, we can put, yep, that'll work. So let me put a little thing of glue on top. I'm just going to put this because I know that'll hold on there. And we'll let that dry at the end. Okay, we'll let that dry. Okay, that might be dry by the end, but here's another one I have done. I see this one is kind of a translucent bead, and so you really can't see the hole on top, so if you don't like that. And I use decorative paper, so I don't need to decorate it all. So this one, it has to dry, and that'll dry clear, so don't worry about it. You'll be able to see the little better. So make sure it's in the middle there. We'll see if that dries by the time we're done. We're almost done because I only made 4 samples anyways, but so here's the other one, and it stays on. That stays on really, really well. So there's another way to make like a little handle, because you need something to pull that out, whether you just do a finger pull, whether you just do that, simple. Like I said, for $3 for 50 of those, these are, you know, less than pennies for these. You could get Classroom Plus, you know, or you just want to make someone drop them off at your senior center. You know, that would be a lovely ideal too. Seniors need some loving. They sure do. There, isn't that perfect? It's just beautiful. Well, sometimes I just impress myself. Okay, so there's 3 different ways to do it. Simple, simple, and simple. So then I have, let's take a red one. And we have, with this one, is my gold pen here. So I got a gold paint pen. Let's see if it'll show, there we go. I got these off of Amazon. I will link these for you too. It's, don't ask me. I don't know. But I really like these. So all I'm going to do on this one is you have to pump these. I'll take this scrap one here and I'll just flip it. So I don't know. And you just pump it a couple times until you can see the ink come out. This one I'm just going to take and go around the edges. Around the edges. So I'm not going to have you watch me go around the edges all day. I did the other side. I did one. There it is. I already did one. And you can do as much as you want. It doesn't have to be fancy. So we're just going to go around the edges on that one. I did that so that we would match, kind of match our edging a little bit on this one. Then this one I'm going to punch 2 holes in. Get my marker covered. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I think the center is. And it don't matter because I'm going to put something in the center. So eyeball your center. And I can tell that's a little off, but just eyeball your center. Okay, and then I'm going to make, I'll bring it up, a hole on each side of that. And that's where I'm going to be punching. So I'll show you. I can't really see the 2. There we go. So I'm going to punch on this dot and this dot. The center one is just to help me eyeball where I'm going to put the other 2. We're going to cover that center up anyways. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing. I feel like my desk is all a mess already. Where is my, in front of me? How about right here? All right, so now we're just going to go ahead and punch 1 hole, punch another hole. There you go. And then for this one, because we're going to stay with the gold theme, I have that same cording in gold. I mean, it comes in a lot of colors. Gold and silver, hot pink and white and black and green, lime green, and oh my God, it comes in so many colors. And I use it quite a bit. Like I said, I like when I do beadwork, like when I'm making my keychains and stuff like that, and my dangles. For the large dangles for purses and stuff like that. I like to kind of match my beads so you don't see the cording inside, so these work really well. Okay, so all I'm going to do is thread these through, and you don't need to use your hole punch or your bead threader for just doing it this way. Then I'm going to knot one side first. I know I cut this too long. So I'm going to do a double knot in it because I want it to stay secure. Same thing, you can glue this, but I don't find that you necessarily need to glue this one because it's being tied on both sides, but you can. Okay, double knot, and I'll grab some of the tail off of there. And then we're going to kind of see how long we want it on this side. So then I know about where I want to tie the other knot. Now we're just going to tie a knot on that side. And then I usually don't pull it tight, just to make sure that I like it where it is before I pull it tight. And I do. You know, I didn't realize the other day, I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's January, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't even have nothing for Valentine's Day. And I'm like, I got to get this out because it's January already. So, and I promised you guys would find some kind of lid for these. So then we have our handle like this. And I probably didn't need to make it that long, but we're going to go with it. And it'll fit right in there like that. And then you have the little handle. And just to go with the gold theme, I have a sticker. Little stickers for my stash. There's kind of a little puffy sticker, gold sticker, and I'm just simply going to put one, and I'm just going to put it right in the middle. And what I should have did was put the sticker down first, guys, because I didn't make my holes big enough, but we're going with it. Okay. Looks good to me. So put your sticker down first, then put your holes on each side. I thought I eyeballed it big enough, but I didn't. So there is your cute little... So maybe this is a little bit more romantic looking. Maybe you want to give this to... I'm going to glue that down. This isn't very sticky. These puffy ones aren't the stickiest. Maybe you want to use this to put a little surprise in for your sweetie. Get that up here centered more. I know sometimes I can be over picky, right? I try not to be, you know. But sometimes it's like, nope, I need that centered better. This is like a little bit more maybe romantic looking, and you might want to use this one. Put some little treats in for your love. But isn't that like, you know, like from the plain one, which you can give out, you know, and you can make cupcakes in this or whatever you want to do, to just simple little, and look at the difference in how it looks and everything. So different ways you can simply make, you can take any container. Now you may find some, now these are nice, like these are nice heavy, really heavy cardstock ones, like, and so some of your, of course your cupcake ones are really thin, so it wouldn't work as good. So find something that's really sturdy, and like I just got these, they were in my haul last week, 1 or 2 weeks ago, no more than 2 weeks, I think it was last week. They were in my haul, and so they probably will still be in the store anyways, so some gold string on that one. So go by and see if they still have them, but there's a cute little idea for you guys on making a cover using a cupcake baking cup. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm glad I almost forgot to put it out, so I'm glad I didn't, because I almost did. So there you go. Let me put one of these so you guys can see in the video when I do my little thing. You can see what we're doing. All right, guys. I don't know if I can come up with another Valentine thing, because I totally forgot about Valentine's Day. I don't know why. I've been so busy around here. But otherwise, you know, I'll see you in the next one, guys, and have a good day.